Hello, Robert.
Hi, hello.
Thank you very much for being here with us today. I'd like to make a little interview of you about, you know what, about our association, which is the Association International Group, International Association of NLP Coach. I'd like to ask you 3 questions.
Okay.
And I'm very curious to hear your answers.
Okay. Yes.
My first question is, what represents for you the existence of our association?
Well, first of all, I think it represents a big step in bringing together 2 things that really were made for each other, you know, coaching and NLP. And I think to have a society specifically for NLP coaching it's a big step. It's like an acknowledgement that this is it's a little bit like my metaphor would be. It's a little bit like a marriage. I mean, there's been NLP, there's been coaching, but to formally bring them together as a special practice, as a special form of profession, let's say, I think is very important. And I think it's from the NLP perspective, it's a big step forward for NLP to have this professional association where people who are using NLP for coaching have the kind of acknowledgement, recognition, support, but also the opportunities to continue to develop. So I think it's a very big step.
Okay. And what would you say to people that like to become a member of the association? Why should they become a member?
Well, I was saying at the presentation earlier today that there are 4 things that are the contribution to professional success, and the first is, of course, to have a financially a successful business as a coach. The second is, though, that you contribute to something beyond yourself, that you're making a contribution to society or to the environment. The third is that you're growing personally and spiritually through that activity. And the fourth is that you have some kind of community of peers to both share with and grow through, to get support for. So for me, what I think the association represents is the tools, the capacity to do all 4 of those things, because through the association, people will be able to have a more effective business, a more successful, financially successful business through the kinds of support that they will get in terms of recognition, in terms of the projects that you're doing where people may be able to get insurance support for that. But also they will be able to contribute more effectively through the organization to the world around them, to society. I think particularly then through the association, they're going to be able to grow more personally through the conferences and the other things that the articles and the other things that the association provides. And maybe most significantly, really having that place where you can share knowledge, support each other, have a fellowship of people who have a common vision, a common calling. So I would say it is probably the single most useful opportunity to grow as a coach, to become a successful coach is going to be through joining this association, because it will contribute to all 4 of the key success factors.
Thank you. And my last question is, as an honorary member of the association since the origin,
yes, I remember that.
What would you say is your contribution, your personal contribution to our association on its development?
Well, I think, when I think of my relation to the society, to the association, it's primarily obviously as a sponsor, but also as a mentor. And what I feel is that another thing that I think is really characterized by the association is this continual growing. I mean, the NLP is not a static entity. It's not a nominalization. It is a verb, and it's something that is continually unfolding. And so is coaching. And what I think is, in a sense, my contribution, in addition to sponsoring it, to giving it some kind of, a blessing from me, is also that as I'm growing, I can see that people in the association are growing as we, in a sense, as we grow together in this direction of what I like to refer to as the third generation of NLP. Mm-hmm. And I think this association is a third generation association. That is, it brings together not only the cognitive tools, but the somatic tools, and again, this notion of a field, a community, a growing together that is not always directly by, face-to-face interaction, but sometimes just through, as we grow, as we change, others do as well. So I think my contribution is perhaps being hopefully a type of role model, a type of sponsor, mm-hmm. and a mentor to the people that are the founders and the board that keeps this moving forward, the committee.
So I will ask you a last question.
Yes.
So as you met the members of the board
yes.
today, what would you say to them to pursue their good work? What kind of encouragement you will say?
I like to say that I think the two most important things that we do, we were talking in this program about our ego and our soul and how we need both. And the two basic questions are, for the ego, what kind of life do I want to create for myself? What kind of professional life? What kind of personal life? For the soul, what is it that I want to create in the world through me? Mm. And so what I would say to them is, how is being part of the society, first being a member and then being a contributor, how is that going to support you to, and really explore how that's going to support you to create the kind of life that you want for yourself, but also how that can help you to create what you would love to see in the world, but do it through you. And I think the association is a way to do both.
Thank you very much, Robert, for your kindness and your support to our association. Yeah. I'm very proud you're honorary member.
Yes.
And see you soon.
I'm proud to be an honorary member, a sponsor, a mentor, and a supporter of something that I think is, by the way, is also the first in the world. It's unique in the world as a step forward to bring professionally NLP and coaching.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Robert.